5% jump in plane fares next year, a 4% spike in the cost of a hotel. It's because of the strong U.S. and global economy, and more of us are traveling. President Trump unveiling a $12 billion bailout for U.S. farmers who have gotten hammered by the president's punishing tariffs on America's largest trading partners. That didn't seem to have much impact on Wall Street today. A strong earnings season sure did. Big results from Alphabet, 3M, Verizon, United Technologies, and more. The Dow today up 197 points. The NASDAQ actually hit a record high during the trading day but closed 1 point lower. The chief executive of Sephora, the beauty products retailer, has been named the new CEO of yoga wear giant Lululemon. Meantime, Vitamin Shoppe has hired the top person at the chocolatier Godiva to be its next chief executive. Tom Busby, CNBC.
Walgreens has good news for anyone managing diabetes. We've got your back. That's right. Walgreens pharmacists are here to consult with you in person and answer any questions you may have about new and existing medications. You can even get free advice from our trusted experts day and night at walgreens.com or the mobile app. Walgreens has all major brands of diabetes testing supplies like Accucheck and Walgreens Trimetrix. That's not just good news, it's great news. Stop by and talk to your Walgreens pharmacist today. Walgreens, trusted since 1901.
I used to leave voicemails for myself because the only one I could trust to get something done right was me.
Hey, you, it's me. Remember to order safety goggles and grab some milk on your way home.
But now I use Grainger. Grainger's got the technical support you'd expect from America's #1 source for industrial-grade supplies. They're in the business of helping my business, so no more talking to myself. Now I talk to Grainger, because when it comes to keeping your business running, Grainger's got your back. Call or click Grainger.com to see for yourself. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Arapawa Island goat is one of the rarest goat breeds in the world. Hi, I'm Jody Henke. There are just a few hundred of them, but if you get one, don't expect it to be your best friend as you're living the country life.
Living the country life. Ideas and inspiration for your place in the country. You can find more information on today's topic and from previous shows by visiting us online at livingthecountrylife.com. We'll return to the show after these messages.
If you're looking for new ideas for what to do around your place in the country, register for the Living the Country Life newsletter. Once a week, you'll receive helpful tips in your inbox on a wide variety of seasonal and timely topics, along with so much more. Living the Country Life is for all those people who love to live in the country. Sign up for your free newsletter today by visiting livingthecountrylife.com.
Whenever you're online, Living the Country Life is there too. Like us on Facebook and exchange tips and ideas with people who share your love for the country way of life. Follow us on Twitter at Small Farming for timely news and information. You can also find us on Instagram and Pinterest. See the latest inspired shot from our readers or add a garden tip to your boards. Living the Country Life has all the ideas for your home acreage. Visit us online at livingthecountrylife.com and find us on social media.
The Arapawa Island goat is a breed of goat found on Arapawa Island off the coast of New Zealand. Some have been exported to other places in an attempt to maintain the bloodline, but Arapawas are considered an endangered breed, with just a few hundred of them worldwide. They're believed to be the closest living relative to the Old English milk goat, which was what the Pilgrims had. Cheryl Bowen DiTomaso of Scituate, Massachusetts, raises Arapawas. She says they're hardy animals, but their behavior is on the feral side.
They're friendly if you raise them to be that, but they're still going to be skittish. They're not going to be as friendly as a stereotypical domesticated Nubian goat or a pygmy goat, just because they're wired differently. They have that sense of survival in them. And then the other thing with them, too, is they're like a deer in the sense that when they get into a situation where they're scared, they freeze like a deer would.
Arapawas are a medium-sized goat with long hair that's colored in varying combinations. Many of them have badger stripes on their faces, and both sexes have horns and goatee beards. They are excellent weed eaters and will consume lots of rough vegetation. Because of their rugged ancestry, Bowen DiTomaso says they're easy keepers.
Their bodies have adapted to be able to live outside, and that's because they have the guard hairs to protect them from wind and rain and the undercoat to keep them warm. We don't have a lot of fields for them to browse in, so we do give them a lot of hay and typical goat food grains, and I even give them minerals just to supplement salt licks, the whole deal.
The goats do need good fencing since they have the ability to leap and to squeeze through small spaces. Learn more about the rare Arapawa Island goats at livingthecountrylife.com. I'll see you in the country.
Living the Country Life. Ideas and inspiration for your place in the country. You can find more information on today's topic, share your tips, and post photos by visiting us online at livingthecountrylife.com.
Real facts, real lives, real science is what you get when you tune in to Smart Health Talk radio show every Tuesday at 4 o'clock. We want our listeners armed with the latest information no matter who we have to call out in the process. No corporate cloaking, no repeats of what you've already heard over and over. We bring what you're not getting from other shows. We're looking for what's having an impact on Americans' lives every day and into the future. I'm your host, Elaine McFadden. I'd like to invite you to learn with us. We're always there with podcasts and videos on KCAA YouTube and iHeartRadio, or live on KCAA Radio, 4 to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time every Tuesday.
If you're looking for a full or part-time sales position and you have radio, TV, or print media experience, KCAA has a great opportunity waiting for you that pays the highest commissions in the market. KCAA is the only station in the IE that broadcasts on 3 frequencies, so advertisers receive 3 ads for 1 low rate. This makes KCAA a must-buy for every local business. If you're interested in a sales position with us, email ceo@kcaaradio.com. KCAA Radio is proud to announce that the Tri-City Center in Redlands is our new home. We're fortunate to be located among some of the best businesses in the region. Among our neighbors are Ray Chiropractic, Brace Connection Orthodontist, Pain Solutions Medical Massage, Rent-A-Center, MVP Staffing Agency, Jenny Craig, Salon Centric, and many more. The Tri-City Shopping Center is located just off the I-10 between Alabama and the Tennessee exits in Redlands. The Tri-City Center is the mall with a heart.
Erin here from On the Brink Morning Show, where we talk about all that is engaging in the Inland Empire. News, politics, business, family, things to do, and so much more. Join us weekdays from 6 to 7 a.m. on KCAA 102.3 FM, 106.5 FM, and 1050 a.m. or on KCAAradio.com.
The Koch brothers' extremist political agenda of empowering multinational corporations to reign as sovereigns over the majority will of the people has always been inextricably entwined with the profiteering agenda of their wholly owned $100 billion a year industrial conglomerate. The brothers' plutocratic view of business as government even has a name, Pompeo, as in Mike Pompeo, the Trump regime's latest Secretary of State. Years ago, while living in the billionaire brothers' hometown of Wichita, Kansas, Mike got lucky when they pumped a load of Koch capital into a business he had started, turning him into a millionaire. Then they partnered with him in another business that essentially made him a Koch Industries subsidiary. In 2010, they turned this business asset they'd created into a political asset, providing the money from Koch PAC and the backing of their right-wing front group to elect Pompeo to serve as the congressman from Koch. The brothers even installed a Koch Industries lobbyist to run his congressional office. So Mike's been a loyal Koch head, conferring with them and backing bills to advance their corporate and political fortunes. Their investment in Mike became a bonanza last year when he became Trump's yes man as the head of the CIA. And now they've hit the political jackpot, with Pompeo becoming head of the State Department. On everything from international oil deals that profit multinational giants like Koch Industries to supporting the brothers' relentless opposition to all global efforts that would restrict fossil fuel profiteers from causing more climate change. The Koch's personal political insider is now their global corporate asset. This is Jim Hightower saying, to keep up with how Mike converts Koch-headed corporatism into U.S. foreign policy, go to www.prwatch.org/topics/Koch-exposed.
Whether you swing a hickory shaft Massey Niblick or the latest titanium hybrid, golf is your game, and the Boy Scouts need you. To be specific, the California Inland Empire Council of the Boy Scouts of America need your help in joining them for their 10th annual Golf Classic at Los Sureños Golf Club in Chino Hills on Friday, August 10th. A continental breakfast and a lunch are included, and we tee off at 7:45 a.m. Proceeds will help to offer young people responsible fun and adventure.
Success Partner presents the all-new Yucaipa and Cala Mesa Morning Market, located on the corner of County Line Road and California Street in the city of Yucaipa. This all-new neighborhood farmers market is open from 8 a.m. to noon on most Saturdays and carries some of the freshest produce in the Inland Empire. The Yucaipa and Cala Mesa Morning Market now open on most Saturdays at 13669 California Street in Yucaipa. 13669 California Street in Yucaipa. More information at 909-222-9293. That number again is 909-222-9293 or email successpartner@live.com. The all-new Yucaipa and Cala Mesa Morning Market, now open on most Saturdays in Yucaipa. Presented by Success Partner.
Welcome to Isla Earth. Veterinarians at the San Diego Zoo who breed white rhinoceroses are finding themselves, well, on the horns of a dilemma. Their female white rhinos aren't reproducing, and no one's sure why. There are 5 species of rhinos. In the wilds of Africa, the southern subspecies of white rhinos numbers about 17,000. As for their sibling, northern white rhino, they're now believed to be extinct in the wild. When they're first captured, female white rhinos reproduce, no problem. But their captive-born daughters don't. And with most moms at retirement age, researchers worldwide say breeding white rhinos in captivity might soon become impossible. It's not like the females look down their noses at males. Instead, something unknown is happening. It could be from diet, enclosure size, timing of sexual maturity, or other factors. And each possibility breeds its own hypotheses. But those hypotheses could be tested given enough historical data on captive rhinos. So the San Diego Zoo vets are collecting data from rhino researchers worldwide, including from game reserves in Africa. From that, they hope to pinpoint a solution and get these endangered rhinos thriving. You can help. Learn more at islaearth.org. Isla Earth is recorded on the campus of California State University, San Bernardino, and produced by the Catalina Island Conservancy, because Earth is an island.
Are you having trouble sleeping? Are you always tired and worn out? Is it affecting your work and personal life? Well, South Pacific Sleep Lab can help you out. South Pacific Sleep Lab provides a personal study of your sleep patterns. With their trained specialists, they will diagnose your sleep habits and will give you a prognosis for getting a great relaxing night of sleep. South Pacific Sleep Lab has locations throughout Southern California, including Fontana, and will provide transportation to any of their locations at no cost to you. To find out more, give them a call at 844-SAD-5050. That's 844-SAD-5050. South Pacific Sleep Lab. Start resting easy and sleeping sound today.
Hi, my name is Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Most people would love to be in the stock market, but they're scared not being in. They're scared about not getting out in time. Well, that is over, because now you can join Phil's Gang and my stock video program and follow me with specific stock on the video, and you will be out in time.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Why pay thousands of dollars for a weekend seminar when for only $39.95 a month, philsgang.com provides all the daily market investing information you need to make profits in the stock market. With over 40 years of investing experience, only Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team provide daily live investing webinars, up-to-the-minute market updates, all the investing educational videos you can imagine. Don't hesitate to learn, invest, and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264.
Real facts, real lives, real science is what you get when you tune in to Smart Health Talk radio show every Tuesday at 4 o'clock. We want our listeners armed with the latest information no matter who we have to call out in the process. No corporate cloaking, no repeats of what you've already heard over and over. We bring what you're not getting from other shows. We're looking for what's having an impact on Americans' lives every day and into the future. I'm your host, Elaine McFadden. I'd like to invite you to learn with us. We're always there with podcasts and videos on KCAA, YouTube, and iHeartRadio, or live on KCAA Radio, 4 to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time every Tuesday.
KCAA, where every day is a great day.
Welcome to Smart Health Talk with your host, Elaine McFadden.
Take a walk on the wild side. Will the birds and the bees survive? Right before me, my newfound hippie side. Once ignored these conspiracies online. Out the window, visions of the earth. Sign me up now, make sure you use your smart. Take a walk on the wild side. Will the birds and the bees survive? Would your children lie to see Mother Nature's side?
Welcome to Smart Health Talk with your host, Elaine McFadden.
Welcome, everyone. This is Smart Health Talk Radio Show, and boy, is today a hot one. Especially if you don't have air conditioning in your car trying to get here or put your makeup on. It's kind of hard to do your mascara when it's so hot that the sweat's dripping in your eye all at the same time. Well, you know, I really wish all that you listening out there, well, first of all, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in. And this is Smart Health Talk, and I'm a dietitian with a master's in public health. But most of all, I'm a person that loves life. I love saving lives. I love preventing disease. And I love eating good food. That's right. I like to say only the best for this body. And that's because that's my philosophy. And if I have to give up some other things, then so be it. And those of you that have been tuning in, you know, I've been through health problems. I found out that they were doing all kinds of spraying around my house. And when I went to the Department of Agriculture and I got information about what's really going on out there, then I was shocked to find out just what kind of pesticides were being used around my home, around our schools. And if you go to first of all, KCAA Radio, and you could actually tune in and you could see our little project that we've been working on, which is bringing the millions of monarch butterflies back that used to be here in the Inland Empire. Unfortunately, too much pesticide, not enough milkweed are the reasons those millions of monarch butterflies are gone. But are they trying to tell us something about our own health? And if they're dying off, you know, what is it doing to us? It's kind of like, well, I mean, I had thyroid problems along with it seems like everybody else in the world. And just, I couldn't believe what happened to my body. And gained weight like I'd never had before. So instead of exercising 3 hours a day, I chose to go on a healing plan and go just start getting sunshine, working in my yard, carrying things around, digging in the dirt, it's kind of a soft exercise to just get your body from a state of no exercise to trying to work up. And I had to wear this dress today because I had to show off the 1 hour of Pilates I did over the past week. I'm sure there was like major progress. Yeah, I actually lifted some weights too, but I'm working my way back into it because I have a tendon in my knee that I love to do deep knee bends because I tell you, that exercise works muscles. It works your biggest muscles of all, your quadriceps. And when you build quadriceps, when you're building the biggest muscle of all, you're burning more calories even when you're at rest. That's what you want, more muscle, because then you burn more calorie at rest. But for me, having this thyroid problem, when they wanted to put me on all kinds of stuff, I chose to eat foods full of, like seaweed, kelp, full of natural sources. Actually, Parmesan cheese is the highest source of tyrosine, which is used in our thyroid stimulating hormone. And so I love to have an excuse to eat my favorite Parmesan cheese, which is the kind with those little crunchies in it, where the milk actually crystallizes in the cheese. But Parmesan cheese is something actually really, really special. And it's great for your thyroid, along with canned mackerel. I had raw milk. I had fresh eggs from the farmer's market where the chickens had been out in the sun and created vitamin D that was then in the eggs, making sure I'm getting plenty of vitamin D. I just tried to keep slowly working back into it, and lost like somewhere between 35-40 pounds doing that, and not eating except like one meal per day and being really strict on my diet. And that really helps. So now I'm trying to ease back in, but I have one knee because I love jogging. I used to jog 3 miles at least per day, but if I mess up that tendon, it's kind of like game over. No deep knee bends, no jogging. So it's like I start off with 5, I work up to 10. I think I'm going to stay at 10 for a while. And instead of trying to do more than 10, what you can do is just do like, sets of 5 multiple times throughout the day, or a couple of sets of 10 at different times during the day. That's a lot less stress on your joints when you're trying to build back up. And plus, for me, I really didn't want to be out there jogging with all that extra weight on my body, because what that does is you don't realize that every pound you have, did you ever get a hold of Tiffany? Oh. Every pound that you put on, when you hit the pavement, that extra pounds per square inch is a lot of force it kind of like goes back through your body like a wave when that boom, when your foot hits the pavement. And like, you add about, 40 pounds onto that pounds per square inch pressure hitting that pavement, you can cause some damage, especially as we're getting older. We're definitely not getting younger, okay? And I'm going to be going, a lot of what we talk about here on the show actually is how to keep you young. That's what it's all about, man. It's about staying young, having energy, not getting a disease that's going to kill you, right? No one wants to get a disease that's going to kill them. And hey, we got so many people walking around with diabetes. I don't know. They think, oh, I'm just going to pop a pill and I'll be good. When actually, all that neuropathy, retinopathy, which means you're going blind, your kidneys stop working. The neuropathy also is affecting like your fingertips, your toes, your far extremities, because it eats away. There's so much sugar in your system. It's actually eating away at the inside of your body. Oh, you have Tiffany? Oh, okay. It's eating away at the inside of your body. So the little tiny blood vessels in your eyes, when all that sugar comes through there, just like a cavity in your tooth, if it can do that to your tooth, imagine what it does to those tiny blood vessels. So that's why, even when you think you're controlling your blood sugar, though, you're still getting the negative effects of diabetes. So people that think that they're doing one better, now what you need to do is you need to start eating right, Stop eating so much. You're not going to die. Okay? Choose really healthy foods. They're most nutrient dense. Get those calories down. Start doing like low to moderate exercise so you start moving. Move it. That's what you got to do, you know? And lose it, move it or lose it. It's kind of like that kind of a thing, because those joints have to have muscle contraction or they get no nutrients. That's what pushes the nutrients into your joint. There is no blood in your joint. So how is it supposed to get nutrients? Oh, when you contract your muscle. So I just want to, I want to appeal to everyone out there to just really try to put yourself first. Love your body, love yourself, and put yourself first. And that doesn't mean, you can set goals to buy outfits for yourself if you attain some of your healthy eating and activity goals. But the thing is, don't let that new outfit replace healthy food in your life, because that body's got to last a long time. You want to be hanging around for 60, 70, 80 years? You got to start taking care of it today. Go get the fresh organic food grown by local farmers. That's what you want. People say you can't trust organic. I guarantee that organic food is going to be at least 7 to 99% less pesticide than the other. That's a good deal. That's a damn good deal. Because we've been talking about pesticides on this show because there's a department called the Vector Department. You probably never even heard of them. You might have seen them out spraying pesticides in different places, and they pretty much have a license to spray all kinds of different poisons, and there's very little oversight. And how they conduct business, you have to ask yourself, is this something that's benefiting public health, or is this something that's benefiting this department and the funding and the budgeting that's coming to this department? Now, these pesticides, we may think that, oh yeah, these are safe. The government watched out for us. Well, sorry to buzz your bubble, everybody, but please don't think that. Because you are in danger when you start thinking those kind of thoughts, that you're safe. No, you're not safe. And most of that food you're eating out there is a negative. It's not adding to your health. It's not making you healthier, adding to your lifespan. It's shortening it. It's taking your energy away. It's giving you diseases. Okay? That fresh stuff, right from the farmer, just picked. That's what you want. That's the number one choice every time. Now, we've had Tiffany Anderson on our show now. We've been doing an ongoing series because what I have discovered in the 8.5 years that I've been doing this show is our number one enemy is pesticide. And farmers weren't going to do it at first because they said, oh, people will never buy poison food. But guess what? You're doing it. You're buying it all the time like it's nothing. They have you so brainwashed into thinking that's okay. Plus, environmentally, how are we solving our problems environmentally? Because widespread pesticide use. These hurricanes, widespread pesticide use. And so, I really want to encourage people to start paying attention, listen to our guest, Tiffany Anderson, what she has to say. She's trying to educate us on the truth of what's really going on, because this is affecting us. It's affecting our children and how smart they are, and whether they have birth defects and autism and asthma and all these different kinds of problems. So that's why we're here, people. Yeah, We're here because we want to save lives. We want to protect our children. We want safe communities. And if you tune into KCAAradio.com, you can see that I have about 25 monarch butterflies right here in a container in front of me. And I tell you, I was like up at 4 o'clock this morning. These butterflies are a lot of work. And we had a great time yesterday. People came over to our Blue Monarch Project nursery, which we're going to be doing today again at 7:30. We're releasing monarchs. If you want to come help us release the monarchs, show up to 25823 Chula Vista Street. Go to bluemonarchproject.com. I'll be sure. I think I put the poster up there, but I'm going to double check. But if you find us on Facebook, Blue Monarch Project, all the information is on Facebook. Show up at 7:30. We had people come last night. We had such a great time. People got to hold the monarchs, release them, learn all about them, see caterpillars. We looked at our mutants. Unfortunately, there's a disease that's affecting them, and not a pretty sight. But we have to face facts. So, I think pesticide is a big problem. Not only killing the monarchs, but making the environment unfriendly, because we're affecting so many things that we don't even have a clue of. But we're gonna hear from Tiffany again. We're about ready to cut to Tiffany Anderson, but I want you to tune into KCAAradio.com and see our incredible monarchs. Please come and join us today at our nursery, 25823 Chula Vista Street, 7:30. Help us release the monarchs. We don't expect any payment, but we sure could use some help buying soil, seed, and pots, everyone, because these are hungry caterpillars. To make this stuff happen, there's a lot that goes into it, a lot of money that goes into it. But if we all just pitch in a little bit, it is so magical having monarchs flying all in your yard. It's the way it's supposed to be. It's just relaxing just seeing them. We're so stressed out anymore. And they're trying to tell us something. So please join us tonight, 7:30, everyone, and find us. Tune into KCAAradio.com, and we'll be having Tiffany come in on Skype, and you're going to want to hear what she has to say. So are you there, Tiffany?
I am, Elaine. I'm here.
Woo! Did you hear me? I mean, we released 50 monarch butterflies last night.
That's awesome.
Can you believe it? I can't even tell you how many pots these hungry caterpillars that turned into butterflies, of course, went through, and just the cleanup. That's what I was doing all day long, because when they're born, they drip blood, and plus some of them were not healthy, and you don't want to spread the disease, so you have to keep everything clean, because what our goal is to create healthy monarchs that are not spreading spores everywhere, because the disease, every time they flap their wings, they're spreading spores that spreads the disease. So it's a really big problem when every time the butterfly flaps its wings that it's spreading the disease. So,
right.
So that's what we're trying to do. So I hope.
This is interesting, Elaine. It's whatever I share with you about my story with Vector, because it started in 2004 and we're in 2018, and I'm still tied to them emotionally. Very much so, and talking about this stuff has been so healing for me. But what's interesting is that I am just getting into the butterfly. I would have never not thought this is where my life would be taking me. But I'm in the weeding stage of an area of the garden club in Lodi, where I'm weeding the butterfly garden, and I started watching videos because I wanted to learn how to raise monarch butterflies, and so then I went for a walk today after I was done weeding, and I thought I was going to have to actually raise my own milkweed, but somebody actually had planted milkweed, so I found it out there in our Lodi Lake. so it's really, I think it's interesting how you and I found one another, one, and I'm able to share my story, but two, it's like this isn't going to end with when we're done talking about mosquito abatement, because I'm entering into your world, which is the butterfly world, and I know that you're going to have a lot for me to glean from. So I think this is...
Well, I just want to add that you say this has been healing, but I think it's probably been healing for listeners as well, because I think the stories that you talk about, the sexual harassment in the workplace, you know, the kind of situations, being exposed to toxic substance in the workplace, but just the manipulation that happened to you, and the stress that you had to go through, other people, how they're affected, how they're used. You almost like get set up.
Elaine, I know we're like limited on time, and I really pulled out some stuff to delve into. Like, here are my medical records. I don't know if you can see, I can't see you, so I don't know if you can see me, but right here are my medical records. And then behind me I have my second computer set up, and I actually have, you know, there's all these areas that we can go into when we start talking about vector control. And so I have my retaliatory evaluations pulled up if we wanted to go in that route. I have the doctor and the attorney who wrote a presentation that they did. They did this presentation in Los Angeles, in San Francisco, in San Luis Obispo, in Fresno, Orange, it says Orange, Ventura, San Bernardino, and San Diego. Oh no, I'm so sorry. They did the presentation in 2 places. All the places that I named were that's where all the firms are for this Stockwell, Harris, Wolverton, and Mule, and then this Thomas Allens, the doctor that Eric Helfrey did his presentation with, which was titled "Cancer Presumption Claims: The Law and Science Behind Presumptive Cancer Claims and Rebutting the Same." So here I file a exposure claim, and first of all, when an employer takes out an insurance policy, the insurance carrier has to know the risks of a job. They have to assess what is the risk and the damage that could come from
like
this.
If you were an extreme athlete, the risk assessment would be much higher.
Exactly. So when you are insuring a pesticide company, you have to know that, you know, I mean, and it's supposed to come out of the employer's pocket, because they're the ones doing business. It is not supposed to come out of the employee's pocket. And it's not supposed to, the employee is not supposed to have their medical care or cut off because they want to save their clients money, because that's fraud. And so this insurance carrier who's fighting the insurance claims, they assigned me a doctor, and the doctor that they assigned me to assess whether or not I had work-related injuries, his name is Thomas Allens, and at the very same time that he was going to, they are called, in our work comp system in California, they have an AME, which I've never seen an AME, and that's usually when you're represented by an attorney, you're seen by an AME, and an AME is more fair and less corrupt. But a QME, Qualified Medical Evaluator, they are a doctor who sees you for legal purposes only. They do not treat you at all. And so I was assigned to this QME, and I did some research on him before I went to go see him, and lo and behold, him and the opposing counsel had done this whole power presentation on how to fight the very claim that I had filed in my workplace. So
So in other, so the law, there was a group, there was some of the lawyers involved in your case that were at the same time teaching how to not have to pay patients with cancer to pay the insurance claims, how to get out of paying insurance claims to cancer patients, which it's
not
like...
only that, Elaine, not only you got that part correct, the other part was that this attorney was the one that was handling, this attorney handled all the employees' claims up until I discovered what I discovered. But the doctor that he sent me to, he was doing presentations. They had done two, and they're out of town presentations, so they're off going and doing what do you call that?
Check your microphone a little bit, Tiffany.
Am I? I did something a little different today. Hold on.
Actually, your connection is starting to be lost. So, if you could just hang up and call right back, that'll probably fix it.
Okay.
Okay, Tiffany's going to hang up and call right back. But the Vector department is, like I said, it's this department that uses millions and millions of dollars to spray pesticides. Now, this department wants to stay around. They want to keep all the jobs. They want to keep their funding. So they have high-tech labs. In these labs, they have all kinds of mosquitoes, infected mosquitoes. They can manufacture mosquitoes in this lab. They could actually manufacture a breakout in the lab. We have no one making sure that none of these things are really happening. There's a board of trustees that gets paid hardly any money, gets paid hardly any benefits. I don't think they're very motivated to keep a close watch or challenge things that are happening. And the people that are in power have been in power so long that it's really hard to make any kind of changes. And when you're an employee, you don't have very much power at all. Isn't that right, Tiffany? Like I was just talking about what it's...
I think to that, but our board of trustees actually, although they get like a $50 stipend or something like that. But what they do is they did vote themselves in health care. And one of our board of trustees is he actually was the manager of mosquito and vector control district, and it would be my presumption that the reason why the board gave themselves health care is because as a manager he had health care there for a long time, but he must have run out, and so in order to protect him, they just gave all the board members health care. But they also got to go on those trips, so they benefit in other ways. They're farmers, and so they benefit. They don't get a salary, but they get other benefits.
When did they ever challenge, and when did the board of directors ever call out anything done by the Vector department and criticize them for what they...
The one, I don't want to, I don't want to say his name because he's elderly and he's like, I know he's the manager. He was the manager that retired. I don't want to say his name because I don't want to harm his family or anything. But he told me to sue. So instead of him doing his job like he should, he told me to sue Vector. That was his answer. And then I got a message from another board member who, he was supposed to, when I called the whistleblower hotline and the manager had done his own investigation, this board member was supposed to be the one to handle the problems that were going on in the workplace. But he just sent me a text just the other day, and he's like, how are things going? Just like. So I wrote him and I told him, I said, for your information, Elaine from Smart Health Talk is going to have Jake do a few episodes on the effects that Vector had in his home and his life. I said she doesn't like Vector very much after her own experience in her area, so hold on to your seat. I always knew I would write a book to recoup the financial losses I incurred, but I really think this will turn into a movie. Mike, his name is Mike Manna, and I said, Mike, through all of this, it is my hope and prayer that you and those who don't have a relationship with Jesus come to a salvation of grace in a deep and intimate way. I tried to warn Janine about the risks of cancer, and I'll be damned if she didn't end up with cancer, and it breaks my heart to know the truth and have people ignore the facts. I have 3 main objectives. 1 is to change policy so pesticide applicators have full medical coverage for life. 2, to bring to attention and to begin to change policy with the California work comp system. And 3, to be fairly reimbursed for my losses, and to me, fair is $1.5 million non-taxed and non-medical appointed. All my injuries were a result of intentional negligence, conspiracy, and malice. I know for a fact Vector has paid above and beyond that in legal fees to their endless law firms. The next time you're sitting at the boardroom table or having coffee discussing me, get real and let my words be known. Sincerely, Tiffany Anderson. And
right on, girl. Woo!
Wait, that was just like 2 days ago. So it's like the boards, they're still.
Well, the fact that he reached out to you, obviously, he must have heard something that you were, over talking about the Vector department. So
I've taken every episode that we've had except for the last 2 and sent it to the County Board of Supervisors. I've sent them to my attorney. And so, people should be talking, and hopefully they'd be doing more than talking. Because the agency needs, it needs some oversight. It needs, I filed a sexual harassment complaint against a supervisor, and this supervisor was able, him and his buddy, they both gave me an evaluation immediately after. And it says, Tiffany worked in both the central and southern region during the performance cycle. I will be evaluating Tiffany for the period. And so Tiffany is not a team player. Although Tiffany has worked here for a number of years, I continue to have to supervise her as a new employee. I was just reassigned to a new location and I was not trained. So, that's so inaccurate. She must decide if work is a priority. Let me see. So areas of or items deserving recognition. When assigned to clean up the shop for the Christmas party, Tiffany worked very hard and did a nice job. So basically what these men were doing, they were saying that I was...
Well, it's so great that you had those homemaking skills, Tiffany.
I know, and did you get that, Elaine?
Yeah.
and when you go further down, it says I'm incapable of thinking. It took such a hit to my...
No, really? Oh my gosh.
Yes, lack of ability to driving district vehicles. I'd never gotten in an accident. Yeah, really. They let the guy who I complained about and his buddy just ripped me up one side and the other. And, I found some interesting documents.
And this is all with taxpayer dollars, and the fact that Trump, announced he's going to give billions of dollars to farmers, it's like, because they're going to lose on the tariffs. It's like what? He set himself up so he could be like a hero to the farmers and get their votes. After he takes it away and then he gives it back. And these little games, you know, that employers play with employees as well, you know, like holding carrots in front of their face, making threats, turning people against each other. And this is taxpayer money at work. This is your job was a taxpayer job, right?
This is totally tax funds. This one is going to be a mind blower. So the same person that I filed my sexual harassment complaint against, before I filed my complaint, he had given another employee a heart attack, and so when that employee, after this employee was admitted to the hospital, had heart surgery, was returned back to work, he was mandated on March 23rd, 2007, to ride in a vehicle with the guy who gave him a heart attack and 2 other supervisors to a smart risk management training. The same people who do their risk management is their insurance company. So what should have happened was that guy should have filed a civil lawsuit immediately against the employer because they were totally negligent and they allowed their supervisor to give this guy a heart attack. But when he came back to work, what they did was they made him get in a vehicle with 3 people who were against him after having a heart attack and made him go to a training on how to conduct himself. Like he was the one who was responsible when they were the ones that were responsible. So even the insurance company, this smart risk management, this IRMA, this AIMS, they contributed to making this man's health worse, you know. So then on July 28th, 2010, they're still in litigations. They're not litigations, they're work comp claims because he didn't sue them. Instead, they're just claims. So the employer's self-insured. So a memo comes out on July 28th, 2010, and it says my name's on there, and there's 15 other employees, and we're all supposed to pile into it says interview with defense counsel in the matter of Meidinger versus San Joaquin County. It says you are requested, this was sent to me, and you are requested to participate in an interview with the defense counsel in the matter of Meidinger versus San Joaquin County with the EAMS number, and it says that's the workers' comp number, ADJ 486529. The interview is scheduled for August 12th, 2010 at 1 p.m. in the office of Eric Helfrey of Stockwell, Harris, Wolverton, and Mule. And then it gives the address, and then it says each interview will last approximately 20 minutes. The district will provide you with transportation to and from the interview. Do not hesitate to contact me if you have any questions or need additional help. So while I had been relocated, I had injured my knee, and I'm in work comp claims with the same entity that I have to go testify with, but they're willing to take 15 employees during work time, 20 minutes each, and have us all sit at their law firms, not fighting mosquitoes, not fighting West Nile, but fighting for a supervisor who should have been terminated. That's what they do with your tax money. Let me see, so I don't know if you can see this. Can you see me?
I can see that you're holding up something. I can't see clearly what's on it.
It's got a glare to it, or?
Oh, I don't have my glasses on, sorry.
Oh, okay. So what it is, it's a dairy pond, and it's where I was injured. And so if you can't see it, it won't do any good for me to continue with the story. But basically, when I first was relocated on 6/17/09, I got in trouble for spending too much time on 100 acres of breeding property. So,
And breeding, you mean breeding property, you mean breeding for mosquitoes because it's full of sewage from the dairy farms.
Absolutely correct. So there were 3 ponds. There were 3 dairy ponds on there. There were over 50 horse trough, cow troughs, for the water, and all of those were breeding. There were, let's see, I had it broken up here. There were 60 acres plus 30 acres plus 40 acres plus a 3-acre parcel. There were 2 3-acre parcels, a 10-acre parcel, and a 20-acre parcel. So I added it all up, and all the time I had spent out there. And so, yeah, I got in trouble. I got reprimanded for doing my job, treating, and that is the same property that I was injured on 6/29/2011, and I lost my job. I guess I was probably trying to hurry, because I was afraid I was going to get in trouble or get fired. But it was, kind of ironic that the same place that I got in trouble for, taking too much time to treat, I ended up losing my job because I walked into a metal T-post that was hidden in the ground. And have we ever discussed the knee injury with the T?
Oh yeah, no, not exactly how you got it.
It was about 2:15 in the afternoon, and I was inspecting a dairy pond, and it was one that was known to breed pretty heavy. Normally, the manager and they're supposed to be a supervisor out on site, and they're supposed to meet with you once a day. But I wasn't allowed a supervisor at all. I was not allowed out in Escalon. I wasn't given a supervisor. Employees were not allowed to talk to me, and nobody taught me how to do my job out there. So I'm out there. My point with that was that they're supposed to hand out a letter every year to the farmer telling them that they need to keep their dairy ponds clean and give the employees access. Well, they intentionally did not do that, and so my dairy ponds were not scraped and they weren't weed-free because my employer wanted the worst conditions for me so that I would quit my job.
So somehow the vector department did something so that the farmer excrement pond that was breeding mosquitoes was worse than it was? By what? They didn't send the letter to the farmer, or?
The supervisor's supposed to hand deliver. They're supposed to hand deliver the letter to the farmer, and then they're supposed to have the farmer sign a paper stating that they received the letter, and that every year the supervisor goes out to his region with those pond letters. And he's supposed to give them a letter, and it's supposed to be signed by the manager, and it's supposed to be then the farmer is supposed to sign a document.
Okay, well we have like 2 minutes, so basically, in summary, what you were saying is that in kind of a revenge action against you for bringing up things that were legitimate things to bring up that were going on in your job. That they actually created a situation that would cause the breeding,
create more mosquitoes.
Increase more mosquitoes and increase the chances of a West Nile virus outbreak in the process of getting revenge on you. So putting the whole public at risk.
That went on from 2007 into 2011.
Okay, well that is, again, that's taxpayer dollars at work. This is the kind of things. I just see to me, someone needs to go through like every vector department. We need to reevaluate how we're doing every single thing, because if the dairy farmers are creating these situations too, what can we change what they're doing? And dairy farmers need to get a better PR out there because they're already losing sales.
I'd like to revisit this. Like if we get to talk again, I'd like to revisit this because I have,
some ideas. Okay. Yeah. All right, everyone. Smart Health Talk. Go to BlueMonarchProject.com and come down tonight at 7:30. Help us release monarch butterflies at All the info's on our Facebook page, Blue Monarch Project. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll be back here again 4 o'clock next week.
KCAA Loma Linda, 1050 AM, 106.5 FM, and now 102.3 FM.
So, you want to be in show business. Do people tell you that you're really funny, you have a great personality, and you should have your own talk show? Many of us have been told that, but we don't know how to get started. It's easier than you think. Let the pros at Cali Vegas give you a free talent evaluation. Call 949-445-1119 and learn how quickly you can create, produce, and host your very own talk show. Imagine not having to sit in traffic every day, commuting back and forth to the same old boring job. Get started in television or radio today with your free talent evaluation from Cali Vegas. Call 949-445-1119 or visit them online at calivegas.com. Make your dream come true today and create your new career and learn how to become a television or radio star with the help of Cali Vegas. 949-445-1119. Call now. Do you have any questions about legal issues? Have you ever been stopped by a police officer and issued a ticket that you're scared to deal with? Have you ever been in trouble with the law and don't know what to do? Do you have a will or power of attorney question? Is your home being foreclosed upon and you don't know where to turn? Maybe you were given a contract that you don't understand. For freedom and a worry-free solution, call for Legal Shield today at 213-245-1305. It's that simple. You will have access to high-quality law firms that will fight for you for less than $1 a day. Peace of mind is just a call away. That's for Legal Shield. Call 213-245-1305 or visit us at nocourt.us. It's justice for all and not justice for some. Are you a small business owner or pursuing the dream of starting your own company? Do you know where to start or how to grow that existing business? The American Business Trust Company has the answers you need. The American Business Trust Company can help you with startup capital, business strategy, sales and marketing, and establishing your company with a physical location or on the internet. You decide. You bring the idea, the American Business Trust Company can help with the rest. For a free evaluation, you may visit them online at abtrustco.com. That's ABTRUSTCO.com or call them at 657-600-1876. That's the American Business Trust Company, 657-600-1876. Call them today. They can help your business right away.
A great radio show may sound like it's easy to make, but if you've ever tried, you know that's not the case. With the time spent engineering, producing, and archiving, you end up losing focus on what really matters, the content of your show. If you put your show on the Gab Radio Network, you'll be able to leave all those technical worries to our staff of highly trained engineers and producers. And all you need to do is have fun and put on a great show. Want to find out more? Send an email over to sales@gabradionetwork.com. That's sales@gabradionetwork.com.
So, you want to be in show business. Do people tell you that you're really funny, you have a great personality, and you should have your own talk show? Many of us have been told that, but we don't know how to get started. It's easier than you think. Let the pros at Cali Vegas give you a free talent evaluation. Call 949-445-1119 and learn how quickly you can create, produce, and host your very own talk show. Imagine not having to sit in traffic every day, commuting back and forth to the same old boring job. Get started in television or radio today with your free talent evaluation from Cali Vegas. Call 949-445-1119 or visit them online at calivegas.com. Make your dream come true today and create your new career and learn how to become a television